Exciting things happened last weekend, and we enjoyed so many of them. Where Real Madrid was declared the champion of the Champions League for some often time, and it shows that Real Madrid is always, once it gets to the final, it's all about them. And so many of them, so many exciting things that are happening in the world of football. My name is Akweme Daniel, and today in the studios I have my brother Julu Chukwu Okawe. You are welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Your champion, your reigns, I don't know when it's going to expire, because I'm waiting for it to expire to know if you would renew your your championship.
Yeah, it should have been November this year.
Okay.
It has been postponed till January next year.
Okay.
So we'll still go and see if we can defend the title come January next year.
Okay. So a lot has happened in the world of football, and you're a Chelsea fan. Well, I'm going to say kudos to you guys, because something new has happened to Chelsea. But let's just start from the stories what we'll have for you today. Magiton says he believes that Finidi George has what it takes to turn Super Eagles around. Magiton is one of Finidi George, the head of Super Eagles coach. He's a teammate player. They played together in 2001 at Eastwich Town Football Club, called Eastwich Town those days, where Finidi George played in 2001. He said he believes this guy has all it takes to make Super Eagles great. Remember that Finidi George has been installed as the new head of the Super Eagles team, and now he's in charge. Barely few days or weeks now, we'll be having our his first. Maybe this is not going to be his first, but let's just say his first proper introduction by, let's see what he has to offer in our match against South African national team and the Benin Republic as well. So what's your take concerning the in-depth knowledge? Do you believe that Finidi George has the in-depth knowledge to make Super Eagles great?
Of course, there's no doubt about that. And I said it on this show not too long ago that, well, he might not be the best available for Nigeria, but as it is now, that we are going with indigenous coach, I believe that he has what it takes in order to galvanize the Super Eagles into a formidable force in African football in no distant time. But that will be left on the management of the NFF in order to do the right thing by giving this young man the support that he truly deserves. And one thing that strikes me most with Finidi at his unveiling was that he said he was going to be giving the home-grown players, you understand, home-based players, room in the Super Eagles. And sincerely speaking, there is no better time to bring about healthy competition than when you make such statement, making those players in Nigerian Football League believe that they have a chance to play for the Super Eagles on international matches of this magnitude, be it World Cup qualifier or Nations Cup qualifier. To me, it's a step in the right direction, and I'm sure with that it will yield dividends in the nearest future. So coming to talk about Finidi playing Benin Republic and then South Africa, these are matches on a very good day that Nigeria has what it takes to grab all, you understand, 6 points, all wins in these matches. So I believe with the players in camp already, because we've heard that they are coming into camp.
Well, about 15 players of Super Eagles that resume training. Now let's look a little bit at the team player, the players he assembled.
Yeah.
We don't have Ekong in the defense. Said he has not played regular because he came out from injury. But Ekong has come to refute that claim and say he's fit to play. Just that maybe the coach didn't believe he is that fit. And we saw him play a Charity Cup just in the weekend, where he played for his newly formed foundation. We'll talk about Kenneth Omeruo as well, who is not there. But we have the likes of Calvin Bassey, we have the likes of Collins, we have the likes of Shemi Ajayi, who are all called. Now, do you think that the defense we have, that the crop of players he has called, will have that tenacity and the experience? Because what we need now is experience to make us qualify. Do you think those level of players that are in the team list have the experience to overcome the stubborn South African team?
I think the players already know in their mind that this is the first major challenge that Finidi is having as a head coach. So if you're definitely going to be the players that are going to be played in the very first match, and be it a World Cup qualifiers, you understand, bearing in mind that Nigeria presently sits third position, 2 points out of 6 matches, you understand. So if you're a player that is going to be playing for Nigeria in these matches, sincerely speaking, the fact that the coach has faith in you, it is left for you to up your ante and deliver on the goods so that you will be in reckoning for subsequent selection. Because if you don't give this man what he wants in this first match, and then we are not praying for that, but things don't go the way it ought to be, you have yourself to blame for that. So I believe every player that is going to be playing this first match or this first set of matches, because we have 2 matches with 4 days interval, the players already know that this is a time for them to really showcase what they have. And if they want to register themselves, you understand, in the books of Finidi George, the Nigerian supporters and the rest of it all, they have no other reason than to deliver on the goods this match. But I believe that we have what it takes to do, even if Ekong is not there. But I believe that the rest, the deputies are there to give what we have and give us the solid back line for these matches that we are coming, because we can't afford to drop points any longer.
All right, we're still talking sports on ABS Sports Plus this early Tuesday morning. We know what to expect from Finidi Super Eagles, says Bruce. Bruce is the coach of the South African team, the man that has a very stubborn team that almost gave us the shock of our life, but thank God we're able to overcome them. He said he knows what to expect. Does it mean that this man has studied Finidi George's tactics or something? Remember that Finidi George has played 2 matches as an interim coach, where he won one and lost the other one. It still boils down to we asking, does he have that technical know-how? Because you know that most of the times when it comes to when we need these technicalities from our indigenous coaches, we always found out that we lag behind. It becomes a very big issue to us. So do you still believe that what this man has said that he knows, that they have studied, he knows Finidi George Super Eagles, do you see us still overcoming the South African team?
Football, as we all know, in this millennia, football has gone from what we do on the pitch only. It has gone to, will I say, psychological warfare, where opponents will come up and tell you that they can counter your tactics, even though they've not even seen the tactics that you would deploy on that day. You understand? So
just to work on your mind.
Yeah, Bruce could be saying all that he needs to say. That's left for him to say. The internet is agog with matches of Finidi's as a coach of Eyimba. So he could go watch tapes, watch videos and everything, then believe that he has what it takes in order to checkmate the advances of Nigeria come that day when we shall be meeting at
Babi.
But then, that is for the coach to say. So that's psychological warfare, and it's acceptable in football. But on that day, we will now know if it's what you're thinking and what is actually playing out that will be the difference. So everybody is
entitled to his opinion.
Exactly, you're free to your opinions. Even though in Premier League you see coaches, which is a must. You must come for that press review before the matches, and after the matches you must tell us what it is, because journalists will need to ask you 1 or 2 questions. So there's nothing wrong in Hugo Boss coming to tell us that, Bruce rather, coming to tell us that he knows the tactics that Finidi will deploy and how he's going to counter it. At the end of the match, we'll definitely know whose tactics was countered and who had his way at the end of the day. That's all I have to say.
Okay, let's look at a few of the home-based players that has been brought into the national team. We'll talk about Enyimba, their keeper, Olorulenke. We'll have one from Rangers, Ibueke, defender, and also we have
Another defender, I think
another defender from
Remo Stars.
From Remo Stars.
Yeah.
Then we have Benjamin Tinimu from Tanzanian League. How do you analyze this? Does it mean that the level of numbers of players, home-based players that has been injected into the team, is that enough, or is just a stepping stone to open more doors for more of the local players?
It's a stepping stone. You said Omeru has been in the national team for more than 10 years.
More than that?
Yeah, more than 10 years. Truls Ekong has been in the national team for more than 10 years. And these are our stalwart defenders. So there is every need, you understand, to get new energetic blood into the team. You understand? And mind you, before the Nations Cup, our weakest point in that team was the goalkeeper. But fortunate enough, we were able to sort that out. But our defense wasn't leaking much goals. You understand? And the Nations Cup, as we saw, based on the tactics deployed by Pestero. You understand? So we can say to a certain extent that we've sorted that defense issue. You understand? So now, based on the fact that this new regime under Finidi George, we want to consolidate on that and do better. So that's why there's going to be an influx, you understand, of defenders, capable hands that are coming in to probably understudy the stalwarts that were there and then gradually be integrated into the Super League in order to get us where we're going to. And not forgetting that we still have our Olympic team, we still have our under-20 and the Eaglets. So there is retinue of avenues as an endless source pool where Finidi can actually get in players, credible players, in order to fill any loose gap that we have in the national team. So the job on his table right now, as we speak,
is how to integrate.
It's for him to have his scouts have the same mindset as what he wants in his team, so that they can go there and poach those players and then bring them. Imagine, impressive to get a player in Tanzanian League, you understand, to be mentioned amongst those that are going to be part of this team. So that's to tell you that we have a widespread where to catch these players and get them recognized in the Super Eagles. And I believe that the sky is only going to be our limit if all things goes out well.
Okay. Now, lastly, from the stories of Super Eagles, the combination of Finidi George and Amokachi, do you see vital and a very stunned experience going to be at play? Knowing fully well that both of them have all coached Enyimba. They've coached outside, and they've coached Enyimba, and Amokachi won the league with Enyimba. Finidi George won the league with Enyimba as well. Now, do you see both of them, parlaying properly and bringing in the wealth of experience into the team?
Of course, I see that because first and foremost, the issue should be how best do we serve our motherland, as the case may be, since we're talking motherland.
So it's not going to be kind of kind of a personal ego or things like that.
So that's what I'm saying now. So it has first and foremost serving your motherland, getting the desired result. Like I said, Nigeria is long overdue for a trophy in football. So if you shove off all your whatever issues and then let us work and make sure that we deliver, the glory goes to both of us, not only one person goes.
Not an individual thing.
It's not an individual thing. So,
all right.
Having played together for the national team and in the glory days of our football, you understand? So that rapport between both of them should definitely translate. You understand? And these are successful players in their own right in the clubs side they played for in Europe. You understand? So that will equally earn the respect of the players of the Super Eagles. So that combination is good because when you appointed Finidi George, you should give him the free hand for him to choose his assistant. So you definitely will choose somebody that will work, that believes in your ideology, that will make those ideas manifest both on and off the field. Because managing players is not just what they do on the pitch. You understand? You really need to manage them off the pitch. Because what lifestyle that they live off the pitch will definitely affect their progress on the pitch. So there is a lot of job for these players, and there's a bigger job to be done
by the coaches
too, and the assistant coaches. So I believe that Nigeria is well on the right path by going with indigenous coaches to see that we get the very best. Because it gets to a point where the foreigner might not really understand the demographic of Nigeria. But because these guys are indigenous, they will speak to you in that local parlance that you will understand. And then you better do their bidding.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, I was still talking sports on ABS Sports Plus this lovely Tuesday morning. Out from the Super Eagles, let's go straight to the stories of the Falconets who are about to play the Olympics, Paris Olympics, where Coach Chris Danjuma said we fear no foe as the draw of takes place at Bogota, Colombia. They have Canada, the Falconet, they have Canada, they have Australia, and one other team to slug it out with. You know, do you see our Falconet doing vehemently well? Remember that they left last year. Last year they left in the quarterfinals of last 2 years. They left in the quarterfinals where it wasn't too. It didn't really go down with them because they have done well. They've done so much while playing both in the African setting here before they left. Now the coach is saying he's confident that his team is going to fear no foe. So what's your take concerning this?
Well, the coach would definitely say that his team is confident and that they fear no foe. But at the same time, the level at which Africa is when it has to do with female football is not at par with most of these European countries and American countries. We are very, very behind, you understand, when it has to do with that. We have less exposure to these girls. The only platform most of these girls have in order to showcase what they have is the Falcons, you understand? And that's not the same for most of these established countries out there. So the coach to say that he fears no foe. Well, exposure really matters, you understand? If these girls don't play international graded friendlies, you understand, it will be very, very difficult for them to actually compete favorably with their counterpart. Then bearing in mind that they are going for a tournament in Bogota, Colombia, which is the Under-20 World Cup for the females. But at the same time, I believe that that doggedity of being African and knowing where you're from and then seeing this as an opportunity for you to break through and then make a niche for yourself will probably galvanize individual talent into a bunch of, will I say, fearsome Amazons that will go out there and then do battle and then be successful. That's all that these people should just have at the back of their mind. But if it's in comparative advantage over training and exposure, the likes of the Canada and Australia have it far, far ahead than what we have here in Nigeria and in most sub-Saharan Africa, except government begins to look deep into how to promote, you understand, sports and the female gender, the female part of it in this part of the world. Other than that, we'll definitely be swimming against the sharks in tournaments like this.
All right. Let's go straight to Premier League because some exciting news, is on board where Chelsea parted ways with Pochettino, and now Chelsea have a new coach, and the person of an Italian, Enzo Maresca, as their new head coach that will see them off, takes the helms of affairs from this 2024 to 2025. Enzo Maresca, not too knowledgeable about first class team of such. He just won the league with Leicester City, and now Chelsea has bounced on him. They didn't allow him to, to relax. They just pounced on him to bring him into Chelsea. Do you see this man, doing well in the Premiership?
It's a yes. I see him doing well in the Premiership. But the question is, what is my yardstick for measuring well? Is it the 6th position that Chelsea stumbled upon towards the end of last season? Well, I can see him doing that. But to do well and break into the top 4, that is where teams like Chelsea belong to. So that's where I begin to wonder, does he have what it takes in order to break that hegemony that Man City and Arsenal presently and Liverpool are holding sway? Because those are the teams that seem to have been consistent in the past 3 seasons in the Premiership. But then you won't forget that our Premiership is not etched in, you understand, in granite. upsets do happen season per season. You
Well,
understand?
that's exactly what I was waiting for you to say, because football is football everywhere.
understand?
It just
No,
depends.
it's not everywhere.
No, what I mean is that
In
it's
some
a round
some league.
football. No, what I mean is that football is football everywhere.
Okay, you mean the
The-
object.
The object is what
Exactly,
we play.
yeah.
And what implies is the kind of tactics you now bring on board,
So now-
the type of team, backroom staff you have that will help you.
That's
You
why I'm
know.
coming on this issue of Chelsea. It's a gamble, no doubt. And Chelsea is one team that somehow gambles are favored. And proposed good gambles have backfired. So probably maybe this will now tilt towards those areas where a gamble worked in favor of them. Because if you could remember, the first Champions League Chelsea won was with an unheralded assistant, Di Matteo, you understand? Di
Yeah.
Matteo, you understand? This was somebody that was assistant coach to Villas-Boas, you understand? And then the guy, Villas-Boas lost his job, and then he took Chelsea down to the Champions League and won it. Nobody expected that to come from him. The more established names that you will bring, the Scolari and the rest of it all, came in and left empty-handed. So if the history of Chelsea says that there are times where someone without proper record, when what's his name, Antonio Conte came, nobody gave him any chance.
No, but he didn't come to Chelsea as a nobody. He came from Juventus.
You expect
he was
him to
a
have won
very big coach.
It doesn't matter where you come from.
He was a very big coach.
But then the Premiership is not the place whereby you come and then you begin to make things happen just the way you want. Even Guardiola didn't have it smooth
Okay.
his first season.
All right. Taking us away from Chelsea, let's see what Enzo Maresca would perform when the league season starts in August. Let's see how it's going to go. All right. Also, Chelsea is not the only club that has gotten a new coach. Fenerbahce of Turkey also have signed Jose Mourinho to be the new head coach. One would wonder why Jose Mourinho would prefer to go back to Turkey instead of coming back to Premiership. But he wants to make sure that he goes round the clock to make sure he builds his name in every of the major leagues to have his name. And it's a very good thing that Fenerbahce signed the caliber of Jose Mourinho to take them in.
It's very, very competitive.
It's very competitive and very strong team.
Highly competitive. So, Jose Mourinho going there is not even guaranteeing that Fenerbahce will win the league next season. So,
but just to bring his word of experience and maybe build a lot of followership and
they've been second on 2 occasions behind Galatasaray.
They've always been coming forward in every Champions League stuff, you know.
And so, but then they need to probably win the league.
Win the league, yes.
It was higher.
All right. Out from Turkey, Ademola Lookman will take on Real Madrid on August 14 via the European Super Cup. Remember that Atlanta FC of Italy, they won the Europa League, courtesy of a Nigerian player, Ademola Lookman, who scored hat-trick, the first hat-trick in his whole entire career. Yeah. And he gave his club that. Now they're going to be facing Real Madrid, who won the Champions League. It's going to be a very fantastic outing. I would just pray that our own Ademola Lookman is fit to be part of that tournament. Okay, out from football, let's look at the story of the Tigers of Nigeria to play Germany and Puerto Rico in a friendly. Like you rightfully, we've been keeping, like you've been saying, admonishing Nigerians should not only basketball and football that we should put in all our, you know, we should also diversify. Okay, the Tigers, they are there now going for a friendly against the German team and Puerto Rico, preparing themselves for the Olympics that is coming on board in Paris. Is that not a good direction in a right step in a right direction?
Of course, that's the way to go about it. When you make things like this, you understand, Puerto Rico is one of the best female playing basketball team you have there in the world after the likes of USA and a few
France and other countries. Yeah.
So when you begin to choose high-class quality
friendlies
matches like this to play, that is where the experience comes in. As a sports person, I tell you that if you don't play with the best, you can't improve. You can't definitely improve. You will be limited. But when you play with the very, very best, you understand, apart from the fact that you still have some of these players playing in their local, their personal club sides, you understand, but playing as a team with the very best gives you that impetus that you can do, rubbing shoulders with the very best. So it's kudos to see this, but this is actually the responsibility of our Ministry of Sports, organizing top grade friendly.
Is it okay? Ministry of Sports, yes.
Of course, organizing
AFN,
Ministry of Sports, everything. I keep saying that in this part of the world, we have not prioritized or probably looked into the benefit of what sports
can offer to the table. Yeah. Bring to the table. Yes.
We've not really talked about that. We've not talked about how sports can effectively take care of all this insecurity that we are having bedeviling us in every aspect of this country. There are a lot of young men. People are unemployed, and sport is the highest employer of labor. FIFA alone has on its payroll more than 1 billion people. Coaches, physiotherapists, footballers themselves, managers, everybody that has to do with football is under FIFA as an organization. That is over 1 billion people you're talking about here. So if a government that has a population of 213 million Nigerians can now say, and again, teaming youth for that